Live and pre-recorded, this is the Red Ticket Blues podcast. I am Brian Buckley. This is being recorded on April 9th to hit the internets on April 10th. And today's a very special episode. Very, very special episode. We have a guest. We have a guest on the podcast who has been in some capacity involved in the award-winning Amongo discussion, which has been celebrated globally and is on the cusp of being introduced to the Smithsonian Institute. That is my lovely wife, Deanna. Say hello, Deanna.
Hello, everyone.
And, I mean, it must feel good to be on the Red Ticket Blues podcast.
Well, I'm glad you invited me. I got a formal invitation, finally.
You say you got that in the mail?
Yeah, I did.
That's good. So, now you listen to the Red Ticket Blues podcast, correct?
I do indeed. I do.
Because, I mean, lots of people listen to it on, forums such as iTunes, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, Stitcher, things like that, or even going straight to the horse's mouth at www.redticketblues.com. What do you think about the podcast?
I think it's great. I get a lot of information from the podcast, some news, mostly very staunch opinions on certain subjects.
Some of them are completely harebrained and have no backbone. Well, not backbone, but they have no real anything behind it other than just my horse's ass, basically just talking.
Sure, yeah, that's one way to put it. Okay.
But that's alluring, though, right?
Yeah, well, I get to hear that anyway, so...
Right, exactly. So, the one thing I wanted to ask you... Well, you are someone who enjoys sports.
I do.
And we share the same passion for the game of baseball.
Yes.
I'm a Yankee fan. You are a Red Sox fan.
That's correct.
And... it makes for a unique relationship.
It does.
There's lots of bickering back and forth and things of that nature. But before we get into that interesting dynamic...
Thankfully, since we've been together, actually, the Red Sox have won how many World Series?
2?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, is it 2? Yeah, 2.
2, yeah.
2. The Yankees have won...
1.
1.
Yeah, so we're 2-1.
I don't know what kind of world this is where I know people... I've known people in a span of time where the Red Sox have more World Series.
Isn't that crazy to think about it?
It's disgusting, actually.
I wouldn't call it disgusting.
It's, alright, unholy. Okay. So, before we get into that, you went to school and spent time in the city of Chicago. What's been in the news with Chicago is Wrigley Field and how disgusting it is.
Oh, it's terrible
and we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been there for games.
I mean, I haven't been to the whole bathroom situation. I haven't experienced that firsthand. But
you don't want to pee in a cup in the hallway?
Well, I mean, you told me the men's bathroom, there are troughs and whatnot.
Well, that's the old school style. It's like that at Fenway, too.
Yeah.
Where, you're sitting there like next to some guy, Hopefully everyone's heads are up, not sneaking a peek.
And there's some sort of allure to that.
I don't ever think the men's room has any allure. Maybe I'm hanging out in the wrong spots where if it has allure, but I mean, obviously the restrooms aren't working at what did the vice president of relations say for the Cubs that hopefully one will be functioning by May?
Yes, by mid-May, sometime in mid-May. Yeah.
I mean, we have issues sharing one bathroom and we're 2 people. Yeah. Imagine an entire baseball field. No. But you know what? That baseball field's not a capacity because they don't have the bleachers done.
That's right.
If you look out there, it is just an barren wasteland that they threw pictures of Ernie Banks on top of.
No, it's
and only the Cubs, the team that hasn't won anything in 100 years, would have such a abomination opening day.
No, and people peeing in the cups, and then the sound system, which I guess you can hear up to 12 blocks away or something.
And for people that have never been to Wrigley Field, I mean, there is, right near Wrigley Field, there's a street where you can get loaded, lots of bars, lots of younger people, but very close to that, those are residential neighborhoods and not even apartment buildings, but houses. Yeah. So, I mean, but like I think we had this conversation earlier, you got to be some sort of jerk to live in that neighborhood.
Oh anyways. Yeah, to live in Wrigleyville, yeah, I would say so.
But what I also wanted to talk about with Wrigley Field is I think it's a place you have to go at least once.
Oh, definitely.
To say you went. But the funny thing happened the last time we were there.
Yeah, I mean, we've been how many times now? Like
4 or 5, I think.
Yeah,
3, 4, 5, something like that.
Yeah.
And, well, there was that one time I got in, I just walked in, and I don't know how that happened. I walked in without a ticket and was basically sitting 4 rows off the field. And I obviously had been drinking because I called you and my brother to say, come on in. They're just letting everyone in, which would basically mean that I'm ignoring the rules of every venue or sporting event I've ever been to where they just let people in after a certain inning.
Exactly.
But what happened was the last time we were there, we both realized something when we were there.
Oh, just a bunch of douchebags who don't watch the game.
I mean, there are people there that are fans.
Oh yeah, you have the hardcore
But
Cubs
all of a
fans.
sudden, it just dawned on us. There are just douchebags as far as the eye could see.
Yeah. Well, there was a certain section of the stadium where people were just sitting there drinking and tables all around, and they weren't watching the game. I mean, they were on the other side.
It had no view of the game.
It had no view
and
of the
no
game.
televisions.
It had view of the street. Yeah, no TVs. It was just people
and
sitting
I thought,
there and drinking.
what the hell is this? It's almost like the people that go to the legend seats at Yankee Stadium never come out to their actual seats, just sit downstairs, but at least they probably have a TV in front of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those are douchebags together. I mean,
drink
that's...
their champagne or their wine and eat some lobster.
Yeah. So, that's something that we share, but I also, you pointed out something to me today that while Wrigley Field is having all the issues, the mayor of Boston came out, speaking of famous old ballparks, that said that, hey, we're not, it's in the Red Sox corner if there's going to be any sort of renovations in Fenway, because it seems like over the past few years, the Red Sox have put, I think they said $250 million in the last 12 or 13 years into renovations of Fenway Park. And it looks like it's in their court, but I remember John Henry had some comments about it too.
No, he said...
Owner John Henry, excuse me, just in case.
From...
Not the folk legend who worked on the railway.
The understanding I have of it is that, according to what he said, of course, that under his tenure, right, they won't be making any changes. But again, who knows? I mean, they did add some seats this year, I believe.
No, they added the monster seats a few years ago.
But they added some,
they added more this year?
I believe they've added more, yeah.
Those seats are going to be smaller and smaller. They're going to be packing them in like sardines.
I don't know. I think it's terrible, the changes they're making to Wrigley. It's one of...
They're screwing a good thing up.
Yeah, they really are. And
I mean, this isn't a hot take. We're not reinventing the wheel, but they're...
Well, I guess, I don't know, some people really like those ultra-modern stadiums, but...
Those people are idiots. Like,
I wouldn't say idiots, but yeah, it's... a different taste.
But I mean,
if you want to go to a very modern stadium, look at these large screens, this and that, well, that's one thing, but...
If you're that interested in screens, you should stay at home. A wise man named Christopher Mad Dog Russo once said, who goes to a game for the seats? Who goes to a game for the bathrooms? Or the concessions? Like, that's nice, but you're going to change a whole stadium for that? Whatever, Speaking of Red Sox, one of your favorite Red Sox, or maybe he wasn't, you can tell us all about it, who is now playing for the Philadelphia Phillies, who are a enormous dumpster fire. They closer Jonathan Papelbon, who was the obnoxious,
still feels like a Red Sox, huh?
obnoxious closer of the Red Sox that pissed off everyone. Well, I say everyone, I mean Yankee fans. And now he thinks he's still in Boston, or he feels like he's still in Boston, or he feels like he should be still in Boston.
Well, he grew up there. He became a man there, according to...
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I become a man there?
Yeah.
Whatever. He's a guy that completely fell off the radar. He's still a good pitcher. He had 30-something saves last year for the Phillies, but I don't think he's going to get that many saves for a team in the Phillies this year who probably won't win that many games. So,
well, and he's not winning over any hearts there either.
No. Especially when you say you're not a Philly, I don't think many guys in the locker room are going to be drawn to you.
No, it's...
And he's an asshole, so let's get that straight.
Well, he has a diva-ish sort of thing going, but he was a fan favorite. I mean, the whole stare, when he was pitching and this and that. If you're a Sox fan, you liked him. So
right,
it's
you miss him. Do you miss him? Would you rather have him than Koji?
I knew you were going to ask that question. I think different moments require different kind of people. I think I like Koji's personality, but then again, he's hurt right now. So.
You like Koji's personality. What do you like about the part where he can't speak English?
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't cause any waves. He's just consistent.
Okay, that works. That works. All right. So moving on from baseball. Now, since we've met, I've gotten you into a lot of sports. I mean, you acknowledged other sports, but you were probably never in...
Oh, yes. You taught me everything I know.
Well, okay, all right. I'll pat myself on the back for that. But I got you into things like college basketball. Mm-hmm. And college basketball just ended last Monday with Duke winning the championship.
Yeah, terrible.
So you, like the rest of the country...
Unhappy about that,
yes,
yeah.
Unhappy.
Yeah, I would have, much rather have seen Wisconsin win.
Because they're white?
Oh my God, no.
I'm just kidding. It's because they're Duke.
Yeah, it's just...
And Wisconsin's never... Well, what was they say, 70 years?
70, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So, now you also mentioned that you're tired of the same teams winning all the time.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of seeing the same teams there, Kentucky and Duke.
You know who else echoed that same sentiment?
I have no idea.
One UConn women's coach, Gino Auriemma.
Oh, God. You're really... Oh.
Hey, he did. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, how should he be talking? They're always there.
That is the ultimate contradiction of all time. So... But I've gotten you somewhat into UConn basketball. Now, I remember you bravely called one NBA star right now. He would be a star.
Yeah.
That one being Mr. Kemba Walker.
That is right.
Now, I remember we'd watch games together his sophomore year, and I could see the talent. And what would I be saying at the television screen all the time?
If he could only get a jump shot.
No, but what was the other thing I'd always...
Oh, God, Kemba, stop! Kemba, sting! Kemba, what are you doing, Kemba?
There you go. What are you doing, Kemba?
Yeah.
And then you said...
And then I said, no, he's going to be a superstar.
If it's a little loud, don't worry. I know that some of this might be a little loud. Maybe just... Here, we'll move the mic back a little bit there. There we go. We don't want to hurt the viewers.
No.
We don't want them to blow out their eardrums.
The viewers or the listeners?
Well, you're right, because they're just going to be staring at my face, actually, possibly. But they still are viewers of that, my Red Ticket Blues picture, which is gorgeous, by the way, which you took.
No, I took.
A lovely weekend to Rockport.
That's right.
Massachusetts, yes. Why do I always want to say Maine? Is there one there, too?
There might be.
I think there might be. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Not sure.
Kemba. Yes.
I did call it.
You said he'll be a star.
Yeah, I did. I did say that. I was proud of myself for that, too.
Yeah, you should have went to Vegas.
Should have been a scout.
Yeah, you should have been a scout. What about Ryan Boatwright? Will he be a star?
Oh, shut up. Okay, so I called that one wrong.
No, you never said that, did you?
I kind of did. Well, I wanted to choose...
No, you know what? You know why you said that? Because we were at that game when you first broke out as a freshman.
That must have been...
And you're like, I like this guy. I like this one. Well, obviously, he just scored like 27 points.
Yeah. At the moment, I guess I thought...
That's okay. And you've gotten into football, which you even made the comment before, like, you are from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So you are used to warm weather, beaches, and you're not... even though you've been here in the States for a while, you're still not used to the cold.
No, I hate it.
So you associate football with cold.
Yeah, I do.
But you do enjoy football a little bit. You like the violence.
I do like the occasional hitting. I'm not in favor of concussions, but...
Oh, who the hell is?
Well, yeah.
That'd be a pretty ballsy stance.
No, but I do like it. I still don't understand a lot of the plays.
Don't worry, a lot of people don't.
Penalties that come up sometimes. I'm understanding more and more, though.
Well, think about it. This is how difficult all the rules of the game are. the stations have employed people to come on when a play happens to explain the rule to us.
That rule
We got
guy.
Mike Pereira, the one who usually gets it right, and then you have Mike Carey, who always gets it wrong.
Yeah,
and
that's right. I forgot about them. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how difficult the game is. And you have a favorite player.
I do. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Do you think he's done? He's going to play one more year. Do you think the Broncos are going to win the championship, the Super Bowl?
I think they needed, when they made it to the Super Bowl against the Seahawks.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for praising me. I think that was his shot. I want to say that yes, that they'll be back there and that he'll win and then he'll ride off into the sunset and it'll be beautiful. But I don't know. I mean, he says it all the time. It takes a lot to get there, and
it takes a village.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not really sure if that that reference applies here at all.
I guess you can force it in there, but I don't know. I hope he does. I hope he makes it again, because I'm really getting sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, Peyton is not as good as Tom Brady. This and that. Not as many Super Bowls."
Is that why we also have to get Papa John's every Friday too?
And we do not get Papa John's every Friday.
You don't want recycled newspaper in the form of pizza? No. Okay. Well, we've gotten you into that. Let's see. NBA is something that I normally watch the playoffs. You don't see a lot of regular season out of me. Living in Chicago, you became a Bulls fan, sort of, and when you spent time in Boston, you became a little Celtics fan.
Yeah, okay.
But NBA is not really our forte.
No.
Maybe towards the playoffs, you're just hating on the Heat and LeBron.
Yeah, and then there's hockey. Which,
But you like Steph Curry.
I do, yeah.
You don't really see him that much.
I like the good stories. Maybe that's what I like.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. If they're not in the police blotter and there's a good story involved, it's pretty likely you'll be a fan.
Okay, I guess it's easy then to...
Well, have you seen sports lately?
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true.
No, not at all.
Oh, Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
Well, that was from an incident, him and LeGarrette Blount, who... It is such a tired, hacky joke, but a guy named LeGarrette Blount was arrested for weed.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
I can tell you, love the humor in that. But football's something that I think slowly you're getting into. Mm-hmm. But I know, I don't know what to say. I don't think you fully love the game of football.
Again, I think
there's too many guys.
There are a lot of guys, and so it's I guess maybe hard to follow in some respects with the, like I said, I still don't know all the rules, and it's long. It can be very drawn out.
Yes, the games can be very long. I mean, people say baseball is boring, but think about football. There could be a play and it's 4 seconds long, and then it's just everyone walking back to the line of scrimmage.
I guess if you're betting, it's much...
Yes, it's fueled by degenerate gamblers worldwide. Yeah. Worldwide. So we're at about 18 minutes into this podcast.
Okay.
You didn't think we'd go that long, did you?
No, I didn't.
So, now, it's been well documented that I have... And I'm not alone in this. There are others, you know.
There are others, okay.
In Field of Dreams, there were 8 of us. But no, there's more. That have this odd obsession with Mike Francesa.
Yep.
Now, you know... First, forget me and the legion of fans. What do you think of Mike Francesa, honestly?
Honestly, I never understood the real obsession.
That's fair.
With the fat man from Long Island, but upon having to hear him, or him just his voice
echoing throughout your home,
throughout my home in the car, it just pops up different places, YouTube videos on the TV. It just kind of follows me at this point, perhaps. No, I mean, he does have smart things to say. Now, I do see that. I do agree. He's well-spoken, this and that.
He's also number 1.
Ton of knowledge. Yes, he's also number 1. But again, to be obsessed with him,
Could you listen to him for 5.5 hours?
Oh, God, no. God, no. No. I think an hour tops, and that is forced upon me, basically. No, more 5 hours.
Is your favorite part the part where he just reads numbers?
Oh, that's terrible.
Or the dead air?
My favorite part is the dead air.
Dead air. Yeah.
Because it's so awkward. Because
when he reads.
It really makes me anxious when there's just silence. No, that's terrible.
Oh, man, that's funny. So, when you started to see this obsession I had with him, what did you think?
What do you mean, what did I think?
Did you think, what is wrong? He seemed normal. What happened to Brian?
Well, I think I still don't, I still don't get what it is about him that is so fascinating.
I think it's just the fact, I don't think I've ever seen anyone in any walk of life.
What, such a huge ego? Like, what
just
are we talking about?
It's not even the ego aspect. It's the fact that he's always right. And I mean, listen, if he wasn't hosting a show where he had the ability to hang up on people, it probably wouldn't have the same allure.
Okay.
Because it's so kingly what he does to just dispose of someone that is lesser than him.
Lesser than him?
If you're coming on that show, that's the way he treats you.
I think I also couldn't listen to that show because of the callers. There are some insane people. There are people who are on there who are not right.
Maybe even Mongos?
No, yes, oh, okay. Yeah, Mongos, exactly. I mean, the guy who the other day who was saying Tanaka needs to get surgery. How do we get him in to get surgery? How do we make this happen? And Mike's like, oh, I can't believe I'm quoting this, but yeah.
Look at you.
And he said, we can't force anyone to have surgery and this and that. I mean, that's ridiculous. Who waits online? How long do you have to wait before he actually?
Well, according to Mike, people have waited hours.
Okay,
but I'll tell you, don't think I've ever waited more than 15 minutes.
Well, okay. Regardless, you're waiting 15 minutes to make this sort of statement to force someone to get surgery because they're no.
You don't see anything normal with that?
No, I don't see anything normal with that. No.
Okay, so you respect Mike.
I do.
You don't understand the obsession.
I understand the comical aspect of it, but I think some people are actually perhaps obsessed with him.
Would I be one of them?
I don't want to think about that.
Okay, that's fine. All right, well, maybe we'll broach all these subjects more in the future. What do you think about your first actual sit down outside of a discussion in a pizza place in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico?
I have to say, wow, I admire you for just being able to ramble like you do by yourself. This
is so much easier. This is so much easier.
I bet it's easier, but no, not having a script, being on the spot like that. No,
yeah, I mean, there's no script here. We have bullet points of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things.
Yeah. So no,
and we didn't even get into the Knicks. You sent me those.
Oh yeah, I did.
Those the Derek Fisher's insanely optimistic views of turning the team around from worst to first.
Yeah,
and he's going to attend the Eastern Conference games.
I saw that.
As if those games played in the Eastern Conference are so much different than the Western Conference. Anyways, that's a topic for another time, though. Remember to listen to the show on YouTube. Well, you can follow me at BrianBuck13, where I continue to be hysterical, informative. And outright amazing, right?
I guess so.
You get it all the time. These people have to wait 140 characters or less.
I'm lucky enough to get it daily.
Yeah, look at you. So you can listen to the show on YouTube, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, or wherever you have a podcast provider. At BrianBuck13. I think we're done here, and I want to thank my lovely wife Diana for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I want everyone to hear, I'm out of here. Bye, Diana.
Bye-bye.